Imagine you've done a long contract for someone and you wanted to say thanks for everything and goodbye. But as you look around at the docks, there's no one there. And you think to yourself, all these moments will be lost, like tears in the rain. Welcome to Truck Sim Diaries. In this video series, I record my Euro Truck Simulator 2 gameplay, and I use it as a backdrop for my unscripted thoughts on what's going on in my life and the world around me. Sometimes I will have a lot to say, sometimes I will just comment on the gameplay, and sometimes I'll just be quiet. Either way, I am glad you're here, so let's move and get out of this rain and into the truck. And man, we are leaving Eliarchos for the last time. I know I've been talking about this over and over again, but never really getting to this point, but this is it. This is the last job. And we are starting our new contract. So let's before we do anything, let's take a look at what we got in store for us. The next contract is a 3-job contract. First job is to take olive oil from Eliarchos here in Kalamata all the way up to here to Parma, Italy. And from Italy, we're gonna pick up ham and take it down to Badajoz in Spain. And when that's done, we're going to pick up some tomatoes from Badajoz and take it all the way up here to Berlin. So it's going to be, it's going to involve some long distance driving, and we're not going to stay in one and the same region. So this is going to be like a tour of Europe, Southern Europe at least, basically. All right, so without further ado, it's time to get the job done. And I am so ready for this. I'm ready for getting some time to play in, first and foremost. It's been a long time. I've been just... life have been happening. Nothing's wrong or anything, it's just... it's been a little intense.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
All by my own making though. Let's see, last time we spoke, I was planning to go to Stockholm with my wife, which we did, and it was very nice. It was great. It was actually one of the best trips we've done, like weekend trips.
Get ready to turn right.
Not so much
Turn right.
for the city of Stockholm, actually. More like, I think we both really needed to just spend some time together. She was, you know, she was the highlight of the trip, as always. But she had this great idea. She's a very creative person. And so she had this idea for us to write down a couple different tasks that we could do together. Like, you know, she told me to think of 5 things, like little tasks or missions or whatever, that we were supposed to do, and it could be anything between high and low. And I think I wrote down like, and I don't even remember my 5, but it was like something along the lines of like board a ship, because there's a lot of water in Stockholm, and there's guided. You know, I figured we could either go for a guided boat trip or visit some boat museum or whatever. And so that kind of stuff, you know. One of the other things that I wrote down was visit the grave of a king, any old king, because there's obviously bunch of old buried kings in Stockholm. So that one, it came up, but we didn't get to finish it, because the ones that we did was, she had one that was so historically we've been exploring a lot of
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
abandoned places and looking at graffiti paintings, because those two tend to go hand in hand. And I have been a graffiti aficionado for my entire life. Not so much painting, but I mean, I have done, you know, 1 or 2 in my day. Not going to admit crime or anything, but I was never like a huge graffiti artist or anything. But her and me, we used to spend our vacations, you know, visiting places that had a lot of graffiti paintings, and that used to be a really nice pastime. So, you know, we had that, and we went to this place that it was a little lackluster, if I'm going to be honest, because it was like one of the legal walls, and legal walls tends to be a little, you know, that's not really where creativity within the art form thrives, if I put it that way. A part of graffiti is the illegality of it. Like, you know, it's supposed to be in a place where it's not allowed. And like the people who do it, their creativity really thrives when they're under that pressure. And it tends to be like, you know, that's the bleeding edge of the art form. Because on legal walls, people have too much time, because they are like these super perfect. It's almost like airbrush, you know, airbrush artwork, and it's like, you know, I mean, they're good. I mean, I could never do something like that. So like, hands off for the technical skills, but like, you know what I mean? It's not really, you know, it's not live. It's always fucking dead art form, just like any other art gallery, where it's like, I've always thought it's kind of fucking weird to visit an art gallery where it's like, I mean, to each their own. It's just like, for me, it's fucking, it is not my bag of chips. But the good thing about that is that it was a bit outside the city. I need to pull over here. Let's plan. We need to rest in 2 hours of game time. That's like 15 seconds of real world time. So let me just pull over. If you're wondering why I sound like I'm under the weather again, it's because I'm under the weather again. I've been home for today and yesterday, and the day. So today's Wednesday. So I've been home
Let's go.
Monday, Tuesday and today. I'm going tomorrow.
Get ready.
Like, I'm
Turn
better,
right.
but I still have
Turn
the force,
right.
you know? So anyway, we visited that, and yeah, it was nice. It was outside the city center, so we got to see a part of Stockholm that I've never seen before. That's always fun. Like, it was not the... It was kind of working
Get
class
ready to turn right.
neighborhood. You know?
Turn right.
I wonder what the... Let's take a look at the map again. What are we doing here? What the fuck is going on? Let's... Why is it routing me this way? I just want to... Am I not able to go here? Look, if I plan to go here, it starts routing this... Go around. Why would it... Well, I guess we'll see when we get there. We'll figure it out.
Time to get the job done.
It's time to get the job done.
Turn right.
But it was fun. Like, it was a nice walk. It was good to spend some time together. It was... The place was like this warehouse that was an active warehouse for some construction company or whatever. And funnily enough, it was like this company had... Imagine if this company says okay to painting on their exterior walls, but they put up barbed wire and shit, so you're not allowed to paint on the interior of the walls. But guess where the magic happens? You know what I mean? Because looking through the fence on the inside of the wall, that's where all the good stuff was. Interestingly enough. We need to fucking move here. But we couldn't get in because, well, obviously it wasn't even barbed wire, it was razor wire. If you know the difference, like they did not want people to come in there, even though they, you know, of course they did it anyway. But it was a little nature reserve. It was fucking weird, but it was nice. It was fun. The second mission, though, was kind of what... I'm actually just gonna squeeze ahead here and expect them to... Thank you, sorry. Ford will never stay for anyone. Will the 4x4? Nope. Will this guy? Nope. And shit, what? Man, I feel like I fucked up. Let's go. Let's... Oh, shit. Now's our time to shine. Here we go. Alright, let's unclench. So what was I saying? Oh, as we were boarding the train, or like the metro or whatever, we have some hair in my eye. I need to fucking... Hold on. Sorry about this. There we go. Damn cat. So... The second mission was... It was one of mine. And it was get to the highest point that you can. Be it a building or... Oh shit, cops! Cover your ears, sonny. And so we quickly had to... So we were on the train and we were like, quickly Google the fucking, you know, highest point. And there's this tower in Stockholm.
Watch the speed limit.
It's like a TV tower. And I expected us to go there because that'd be fun, like romantic at the altitude. But then I kind of read up on it as we were on the train. And it was like, this tower is closed for public visitors because of the threats to the country. So I guess they don't want any Russians to get up there or something like that. I don't know. We couldn't go there. So we were looking at our other options. And the only other option, or the second highest you know, point that we could get, well, which was the highest point that we could get to. It was this artificial mountain, and quote unquote mountain. It was a hill, like a really, really big hill. But it was a pretty big hill. And as we were reading, like, this is the highest place, that stop came zooming along the train line. So we were like, we had to, just as we found it, it's like, oh shit, it's the stop. So we had to rush to get off the train. And that was a little fun. Like, you know, there's this theory that if you, they talk about this theory in Speed. If you've ever seen that golden oldie, where if two people of, well, I guess sexual compatibility, so we can't enter here, and but we can enter here. All right, so we've slept here before, I think.
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
Alright. Oh fuck, I just lost the sleeping prompt. Goddamn game. There we go. Alright, let's get some rest. Sorry if I'm making this like go to the bathroom simulator, but I actually enjoy this quite a lot. I know I would have to do this in real life. And be like, it's a fucking refrigerator right here. Just fucking, alright, let's just, well, I guess we'd do it here. Sorry about this. Run back to the truck. And it is 0 dark 30, so let's get some more rest. Alright, we woke up at 5:11. We're well rested, and we got the whole day ahead of us.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. I'm gonna try to get my train of thought back. We were leaving... Yeah, we were dramatically exiting the train. To go... Actually, let's... Before I continue on that, let's just stop here and do some planning for this trip. We got 1,681 kilometers to go. We got fuel for 1,804, so maybe we'll stop and refuel once. ETA is estimated 28 hours and 2 minutes of in-game time. That would equal 1 hour and 30 minutes of real-world time. We need to rest just shy of 14 hours, so let's take a look at the map and see what that means. I think we're gonna we're gonna take the ferry from Ioannina to Bari, And that's going to be a good rest, so maybe we won't have to take another rest during this stretch. And I'm pretty sure we won't have to rest during this short ride here. So we're good. So we hopped off the train. Oh, the love thing. Sorry, I didn't finish that train of thought either.
Okay, let's find
There's
a new
this
route.
theory that if two people who are, I guess, sexually compatible or whatever, depending on your preferences, if they share an experience where they're both out of their element,
Rerouting.
meaning if they do an activity that's a little challenging, and none of them have any previous knowledge on how to handle that kind of situation, you're setting yourself up to fall in love. So if you ever go on a date with someone who you want to fall in love with you, do something outside of your comfort zone. And this was kind of it. That's kind of what happened, because neither of us knew kind of how we were going to figure this out, because I just thought of a bunch of shit. Like, I didn't look it up beforehand, so I was I was pretty much as surprised as she was whenever we pulled our ideas out of the hat or whatever. So we were going to this
Please mind the speed.
we were going to the highest mountain, quote unquote, hill. In reality, it was a really steep hill, and it was a bit of a hike, to be honest. And it wasn't like a nature reserve or anything. It was, it was industrial forest, I would say, or not forest, but it was a nature experience with very close to the industry, because it was like, dumps or whatever, like trucks driving by. It was like this huge warehouse of some shit, like a factory, but it was actually great. We had a lot of fun, and neither of us had any kind of clothes that was made for off-road activities or anything like that. But yeah, we had a lot of fun because we didn't know how to get up on that mountain.
Ready to turn right.
Quote unquote. And at some point, it was a climb that required us to, even use our hands to get up. So, it was a climb. It was steep as hell, especially going down. That was pretty much the biggest challenge, was getting back down from there. And the weather wasn't very nice. It was like a little gloomy, a little cold. But it was just her and me, and yeah, it was great. And just finding our way there wasn't the easiest thing in the world, and we took some detours. Just spirits were high. We had a lot of laughs. It was great. It was really nice.
Get ready to turn left.
And and we stayed at a hotel.
Turn left.
We had a lunch at this hummus place, and it was a great lunch. I had hummus and chicken, and then the hotel was nice. Oh shh! We've been here before. We've been in this exact situation before. I need to just let him drive, and then I can turn. That was very thoughtful of me. But the dinner, man, it was so good. The place she had picked out a place, and I am really glad she did, because I wouldn't have chosen that place. But man, it was fantastic. I had crunchy sushi for starter and ribeye for my main, and it was fantastic. Just fantastic. And like, we were really in love. It was great. It was just great. And then the weekend after that, I got to go, you know, into the wilderness with a kind of new friend or acquaintance. He works at a place where I, you know, shop the things that I need for work. And we've been kind of talking about, he's one of the people that I have asked to follow along to
Please mind the speed limit.
go on the King's Trail and visit, go climb up on the top of Sweden's highest mountain at the end of next summer. Hopefully he'll come. We'll see. You know, you never know. I'm taking a huge chance with these guys because I know them all, but they don't know each other, so I understand. I mean, it's a little hard to get them to kind of commit. And, you know, there's some frustration with that because, I mean, I get it. They don't know each other, and here I am asking them to go on this, you know, quite hard trip together. I am, however, confident that these three guys that I've asked, that, I mean, they are all team players, selfless, and they don't have any, you know, they don't have big egos, and neither do I hope. So I hope it pans out. I really do. But there is some frustration because, like, you know how if you ask someone, to do something with you that is a couple weeks ahead, a lot of people have a hard time to commit to something. So it's all a bunch of maybes, and maybes tend to become, you know, no's, because we're dealing with type 2 activities here, type 2 fun. And what I mean by that is type 1 fun is like, what's it called? The fucking dopaminergic activities. You know what I mean? That is like, it is fun doing it. Like, I don't know, playing video games, or, you know, go out for beers, or play, well, I don't fucking know, paintball or whatever, bungee jumping. Those are type 1 fun activities, and type 2 fun activities are like,
and then continue straight on.
they feel worth it when they're done, but you're not necessarily having, you know, fun every second while you're doing it. Cut. That was not my fault. Or was it? He was fucking turning. I was green. It was not my fault. We have a hell of a situation to get ourselves out of here. What a fucking crash that was. You got the replay. Was I in the wrong? I don't think I was in the wrong. Let's step out again. Oh, brother. What a fucking shit show. Alright, so I need to move my truck, and to this Audi I have about... oh... what is this about? 3 meters? 2? And I need that guy to get the fuck out of in front of my truck. Shit, my damage is... Truck's damage is 5%. Cargo damage is 1%. Jesus. I am going to try to turn the truck back out this way and see if that guy will fucking just get out of there. Oh man. Oh, I keep doubting myself. I'm not sure if I was in the wrong or not. I was pretty sure I was green, but I don't fucking know. Yeah, like I said, you tell me, man. What? Yes, yes. Fucking honking. Not helping, dude. I am not close to getting out of the way from the Audi, I can tell you that much. I need to pull forward and then reverse and just hope that that guy behind me won't fucking pull closer. Did he? Oh man, what a mess. Trailer damage. Oh, dude, you're making it a lot worse. Am I pushing the Audi? I'm probably pushing the Audi. Can I make the little guy go away? What if I pull closer to the Scania here, maybe? Go, man, scoot! Alright, I think I'm gonna have to call the cops on this one. Alright, we have filled in all the insurance papers, talked to the cops. Tow truck got everyone away. It's time to hit the road. That was unfortunate. It is not going to help my stats, I can tell you that much. But neither will dwelling over it, so let's just keep going. Let me try to recap what I was talking about. The problem is, I'm going to try to formulate this thought as I'm speaking it because I can't really formulate it in my head, you know. I feel that if I ask people to do something, if I try to plan something, people are inclined to say yes because they don't want to say no, but then when it's time to do the thing, and this is just me assuming because this is what it's like for me, when it's time to do the thing, you're like, this is a fucking line. When it's time to do the thing, you don't want to go because it's like, fuck, man, why did I, you know? Why did I plan this shit? I don't want to do this right now. I want to stay home and got this bag of chips or whatever. And yeah, it's frustrating because it's like the closer you get to the date, you know, it's like you can all feel the pressure of the thing that you planned that you thought would be fun, but now you don't really feel like it. But you know, deep down inside, you know it would be fun if you just did it. But just getting your ass off the couch
Keep left.
is a problem. So how do you like the fuck am I gonna do? And it's frustrating because like since I am the person planning this and asking people to do something, I'm the one who has to kind of, you know, I don't want to nag, you know, but I really want to do the thing. So if we just make loose plans, it's never gonna happen. So I'm setting myself up for disappointment here. That is my problem because I really want it to happen. Whatever it is, it's not necessarily going on this huge hike. It's always like this with everyone I know. And like, so I know that, like, I realize that, you know, it's a little awkward to plan a trip with people you've never met. However, I know that each one of these guys wants to do it. I know each one of these guys is a good guy, and I know that each one of these guys don't really have a better way to do this. I mean, I would understand if they had like hiking buddies that was like planning that we're going to do this, and then I come along and I ask. Of course, no. But I know all of them wants to do this, and I know that this is the best chance for all of us to just do this. And I know that we would have a good time, even though there would be hardships, but we would be able to pull through. So I think that if I can just get these guys to hook up a little bit, it'd be great. But then you come to this point where you ask a group, like, hey, anyone wants to... And everyone's like, no, yeah, no. And you ask, and there's like no reply, and then you kind of nag a bit, and it's like, yeah, maybe this and that date, and the other one's got this, and then it just never happens. And what fucking option do I have? Like, I could just don't ask, but then it's not gonna happen, and if I ask, it's not gonna happen either. So I might as well ask, because at least there's a chance, even though it's a slim fucking chance. I could use some insight on this, because I don't really know what to do. Like, I wanna be able to do something to up my chances, you know? I'm putting myself out on the line here, just asking, because it's fucking embarrassing. And like, how fucking awkward is it gonna be if it doesn't pan out? Be like, yeah, you know, one of them can't go, and the other can't go, and then the third can't go, and then no one can go. And I'm like, what am I gonna do? Go by myself? I can't do that. Or can I? No. I mean, I could, but... You know, maybe I should. I don't know. Just plan to go alone. Maybe that would be the best. Just plan to go alone. And if either of them wants to come, then that's a bonus. I think that would be, like, mentally, that would, for me, be the least frustrating way to do it. Because my plan is to get these guys to I would like them to start working out for this. And what I mean by that is training with heavy backpacks, or weighted backpacks at least. Just slow start now, because the end of next summer is soon going to be here, even though we're just at the beginning of winter. But you know, time flies. But you know, it's hard because people are so afraid of commitment. And I've had this like my entire life. This has always been like a thing. Because I want to plan cool shit. Because I know that if you plan and if you commit to something, you can do some really cool shit. Like, thoroughly cool shit. But, you know, it's a little, people are a little, they're a little comfortable. They're like, no, they don't want to commit. They want to keep everything open. Just to be able to fucking eject at the last minute. And I just like this gaming group that, well, I've kind of, I guess that's kind of, I wouldn't call it dead, but it's pretty fucking dead. That was always a problem. So the setup was this. I play in these game nights in these military shooters. Hold on, there's gonna be honking. Cover your ears, Sonny. So I play in these really complex operations in these military shooters. And everyone fucking loved it. You know? And we were like, at one point we were like almost 20 people. Like trained together. We had SOPs, we had fucking tactics, we had roles, you know, it was so fucking cool. But the problem is that there were almost never 20 people. It was like 4 most of the time. There was this core group, and then there was this huge swath of people who couldn't commit. And the tragedy here is that no one wants to commit until they're sure that everyone else has already committed. Like, no one wants to come unless there's already 19 other people playing. Then they can come. But since each and every one of them thinks like that, no one shows up. This is the fucking paradox. I call it the easy paradox because it's always been like this. It just bothers me so much because there's so many chances to do cool things. If you pool resources and plan. It doesn't take much. You don't have to be fucking... We're not talking about a heist or anything. We're just talking about setting off time in your calendar and just showing up. And when you're not feeling like it, think like this. Well, the 19 guys are going to have a lot of fun if I come, so... Just fucking do it. It's just one night. But... one night is the most precious thing. And it was frustrating for me because I spent so many nights where I didn't want to do it. And we kept this up like 2 nights a week for 2 years. And I did that at least 50 times when I didn't feel like it. Throughout the entire session, I was like, not really feeling it. But I'm doing it anyway because, you know, I know that they're so fucking cool. And I mean, there's something to take away from that. I don't regret anything because I enjoy making an effort for someone else. Not going to put myself on a pedestal here at all. I'm just saying that that is my mentality going into these kinds of things. And then honestly, that's the reason why I kind of stepped away from it. Because at some point, it is just such a wasted opportunity. I mean, we had a lot of fun, just a handful of us, but I can't keep doing that. It costs me too much time. As sad as it is. And now, you know, First thing that happens, same paradox.
Caution. Please watch the speed.
Well, different paradox, maybe. It's a commitment issue for sure, but I think one of the problems here with these three guys is that I get that from their perspective, they don't know that I mean, they don't know that no one knows anyone. I assume. I mean, I think that they may think that they are the outsider of an already established group of friends or whatever, which they're not. And I've been trying to... That's why I went out with this one guy, because I was like, well, let's go into the woods together to kind of, you know, try to... We were looking at the distances of this mountain hike. And it's going to be, for 7 days, it's going to be a 10-kilometer hike. So it's not very long, but the terrain is a little challenging. And some of the days it's going to be between 10 to 15 kilometers. And some days it's going to be 25 kilometers. So what I wanted to do was do a 25-kilometer hike just to feel what it feels like, you know, in my legs. So I offered to the group, let's do this Saturday. Let's go out into the woods, because it's challenging terrain in that particular part of the woods. And one of them shows up. I'm glad he did. Don't get me wrong, but... And I was like, all right. So I figured, let's see if we can get them to meet and greet. Let's go out for beers. And it's mostly just silence. So I'm like, I don't know. At this point, like, I've been hyper-focusing on this. And, you know, do I just let it go for... Yeah, I think I should just let it go for a while. Maybe next year, see if there's any interest in it. And if not, then fucking... maybe leave it? I don't know. I don't know what's the best play here. There's no playbook. It's just people, you know? But I really want to do the thing. So anyway, him and we went out. It was great. We had a great time. The 25 kilometers went by quick. Unfortunately, we got, you know, we were off to a little late start, so we had to do the last like hour and a half, maybe hour and 15 minutes in the dark, because the sun set so early. It was fine. You know, I had a flashlight. He wasn't really prepared. He hasn't done much hiking in his life. So he didn't really know how to pack stuff, but yeah, I had enough for the both of us, so it was fine. It was a great experience. And it was fun. He's a great guy. He's a really good guy. And I so badly want him to come, you know, on more hikes, and especially the mountain hike. Because, like, we got after like 15K or so, we were both feeling it, like, really. And he has this really good ability to keep his temper up. Like, he's spirit up, sorry, I should say. Because he could tell that I was getting tired, so he started, like, cracking a couple jokes, just being like, he was a great guy. I don't know him. I've never done anything outside of, you know, chit-chat some when I, you know, pick up some stuff from his store or whatever. So that was, but, you know, just from talking, I've noticed that he's a great guy, and it was really good to see that my guess on who he was going to be, like, outside of work was correct. Because, like, I can tell a good guy, and he's a really good guy, so. So that was nice. And when I got back from the 25, it was a little over 25, I think, even. Anyway, but when I got back, I was so fucking tired. Like, the terrain is,
At the roundabout.
it's not,
The third exit.
you know, any mountain climbing or anything like that, but it is a constant, let's go straight here and then up over there, I think. It is a constant up and down on, you know, varied terrain, and there's a lot of rocks. So you're constantly in a high knees. And, you know, it really takes a toll on you. Or at least on me, you know, at 42. I go on, since the summer, I've been going on a lot of walks, long walks, in my little bodybuilding experiment rather, because I've been trying to lose body fat to get like super shredded, and one of the best ways to do that is to go for long walks. You know, keep your pulse low, but your energy expenditure high. So I've been going on a lot of walks, and as I have been losing body fat, I have been losing some weight. So I've been putting on a backpack just to keep my legs working with the same weight. And that's how I kind of got into this this kind of effort hiking. And I think my pack was like at, I want to say 12 kilos that weekend when we did the 25K. It was fine. I didn't feel tired at all until I got back. Then I fell asleep sitting down. I so badly wanted to pitch a tent and just sleep in the tent. Like, that would be so fucking cozy when you're all fucking spent. And you just get to crawl into a sleeping bag. And that'd be nice. So that was a great weekend.
Caution. Please mind the speed limit.
And then last weekend, I went into the same woods. There's this nature reserve not far from where I live. And me and my wife and kids had rented a cottage. This was going out on a limb, you know, with the kids, because I took a chance on whether they would like this or not. It was a 5-kilometer hike to the cabin. The cabin is just back in the middle of the woods. Like, there's nothing there. There's no one around. It is just wilderness. Everyone is turning here, but it doesn't look like I am going to turn here, does it? No. This feels... I'm getting deja vu. I think I've either been here or in this exact situation where I'm like, everyone is turning right, and the map tells me to continue, because the off-ramp is right there, and I'm not supposed to go on the off-ramp. I am supposed to go forward. This is some fucking weird game design shit that they haven't figured out, because I'm supposed to board the ferry, not exit. Anyway, the cottage and the kids, they're little troopers. I believe that they can I believe that they can go on forever. 5 kilometers is, you know, it's not nothing, but they can take 5 kilometers at ease, because it was the same difficult terrain. So And then we get to the cottage, and man, for me, it was beautiful. Just this old lumber cottage with a tiny kitchen and a bedroom with 4 bunk beds. And there's nothing else. There's no driving there. You walk there. We had everything with us in the pack. Fucking, it was beautiful. But I say for me, because man, my daughter was not vibing with that place. And I felt, I mean, it's not like we could hike 5 kilometers back in the dark.
Okay, find a new route.
But man, she did not want to stay there. She had a really rough night that night. And so did I. So I felt a little bad. Well, I felt really bad. All right. Let's see, we're going to Barry.
Recomputing.
So yeah. I noticed right away as we got into the cottage that, you know, she wasn't feeling it. For, you know, there was maybe a smell, there was just some vibe. You don't really need to have a huge reason, just that it didn't really work for her. But we survived the night, you know. She was in a better mood when on the day after we want to go back to the car, but yeah, I felt really bad. And like she went to the bathroom in the middle of the night. She couldn't sleep, and I guess she was just sitting there for a little while, and fucking mouse ran over the bathroom floor, and that didn't really help. She's not afraid of mice or anything. It was just, man, it was not her day.
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
I am torturing this truck. We might set a record for highest damage.
Find a new route. Okay, let's
I was just on the phone with my wife, and I'm gonna have to make this a two-parter, because I need to go pick up my kids because something happened with her train, so she's not gonna be able to make it home in time. So I'm gonna need to pull over, and then it's gonna be a short break.
Now.
This looks like a rest stop. Now this just might be facing the wrong way, but you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. Thank you for taking the time with this. I really appreciate it. Take care of yourself. You are important, and you need to last for a long time. Bye.